Hello and welcome to the Brutal Iron Gym podcast, where our goal is to cut through the BS and deliver the brutal truth about topics related to health and happiness. Today's podcast number 1904. The topic is mindset and the title is Don't Quit, Dig Deeper. In the new year, if you're pursuing new goals, you're going to face new challenges. And with those challenges come decreased motivation and increased frustration. You're likely going to reach a point of wanting to quit. When you face the decision to quit, please do not. Quitting will not lead to an outcome that you want. When you're facing the decision to quit, instead, dig deeper. I have had hundreds of clients who've reached out to me as part of their digging deeper. And through that action, we were able to get new information that helped them progress to new levels. Now, I've worked with over 3,000 clients. I stopped counting once I got to 3,000 because it sounded like a really nice number. Maybe I need to revisit that number because I think I counted that like early 2022. So 2023, I mean. So it's been several thousands. And when I say like several hundreds of clients, the reason why I'm saying it that way rather than thousands is not everybody reached out to me when they were in moments of despair, whenever they were thinking of quitting. Thankfully, people have reached out before that or for various reasons, but there have been many people who have reached out in their darkest kind of moments of making progress, and they weren't making progress. They were plateaued, they were frustrated, they were overwhelmed, they didn't know what to do. But instead of quitting, they reached out. They dug deeper into the process. Now, these include injury rehab clients, fat loss clients, muscle building clients, strength building clients, nutritional disorder clients, and many more. You can actually go to our website, www.brutalirongym.com, and on the homepage you can see all the categories of clients that I've worked with. Now, when we face the decision to quit, when we're struggling with a goal, when we've reached new challenges, when we're just stuck and we don't know what to do, when we face the decision to quit, it's associated often with the fact that we're at the end of what we know. We've tried everything we know. It's not working as we expected, and now we're out of options. We aren't getting what we want, but we're unaware of anything else we can do. When you're in that position, when you've reached the end of what you know, don't quit. Know more. Learn. Dig deeper. Reach out. Find a way to increase what you know. If you know more, you can try more. If you know new things, you can try new things. Increase what you know so you can continue to try to progress. For injury rehab clients, often what they needed when they reached out was more specific rehab exercises. So maybe they only tried the exercises they knew of. They didn't know all the ones that maybe I know of. And I was able to help them find those better ones. We also found the correct intensity, volume, and frequency in their training. So likely they were probably overtraining, which most people do. They're so fired up and they want to make progress that they just push. But I've also had clients who are brand new to injury and they don't know what is an okay pain to work through now that they've experienced a negative, harmful pain. So that can be very challenging to find the correct intensity, volume, and frequency. We also have related aspects. So nutrition. They have to make sure they're eating enough calories and enough protein. So many times people have been injured and they undereat because they're like, well, I can't exercise as much as I normally would. I have to eat less. And it's like, oh, not that much less, because now you're actually underfueling your recovery process. So nutrition we have to fix. We have to fix sleep. We have to fix stress management. With fat loss clients, overwhelmingly, almost all diets are written from a perspective that the person is coming into the diet with a history of overeating. They're overweight because they're overeating. That is absolutely not true for many people. It's not that they overeat, it's that they inconsistently eat. They have periods of undereating, periods of overeating, periods of undereating, periods of overeating. And a diet doesn't account for the periods of undereating, how to fix that. They'll do it secondarily, but they don't necessarily approach it with that in mind. Or somebody could be overweight from undereating. That sounds, counterintuitive. But if somebody undereats on a regular basis, and then every once in a while they eat a little extra, or they have a binge, then they're going to stave a lot of body fat from those moments of excess, and they need a different diet structure than somebody who comes into being overweight from overeating. So whether you're coming into being overeating, the reason you're overweight, inconsistent eating, or undereating, those are all different reasons. They need different approaches. So I've been able to help them find the right approach. We also want to make the diet easier, try to focus on convenience, food preferences, reduce cost. And we want to figure out, okay, can I use movement and exercise to help me burn more calories so I don't have to eat so much less? We also talk about mindset, sleep, and stress management. Muscle building. How do we create the right program for that client? The right exercises, intensity, volume, frequency for the equipment that they have available, for their skills and abilities and their current strength levels. Nutrition. We have to have the correct macros. Make sure we have enough calories. Make sure we have enough protein. And then what are the right food choices that allow us to get those calories and protein in without digestive stress and with extreme convenience, so that way they can be more consistent with it. Then we also talk about related aspects of supplements, sleep, and stress management. Same for strength building clients. All the same stuff. Refined programming, nutrition, and the supplements, sleep, and stress management. Nutritional disorder clients, we talk about food specifics. We make sure we hit the right calories, the right protein, the food choices, given their parameters and restrictions, what allows us to do that, the right food timing. We talk about all those things. We also talk about supplements. We talk about stress management because that can relate to a lot of nutritional disorders. IBS is very highly stress related. A lot of clients, when I help them control stress, their food issues go away. It's amazing how much is related to simply stress, not just an actual health condition. And we talk about sleep as well. In all of these cases, the clients tried what they knew. They got some progress, but they plateaued. And then in order to progress further, they have to dig deeper. Instead of quitting when they reach the end of their knowledge, the end of their motivation, the end of their ability to pursue a goal alone in the journey. Rather than quitting, they dug deeper. They went further into the topic and increased their knowledge. Whether that's getting a coach or an expert, or reading a book, listening to a podcast, watching a video, whatever it could have been, whatever it is for you, seek out new knowledge so you can continue to try new tactics. When you reach the end of what you know, that's when you feel like quitting. Instead of quitting, know more. They knew that to get new, you have to do new. When you've reached the end of what you know, you'll reach the end of your ability to do new. When you reach that point, don't quit. Instead, dig deeper. Seek out a coach or an expert, read a book, listen to a podcast, watch a video. Find something new, knowledge-wise, that you can try. That's a new thing to try. So you can maybe get a new outcome. Okay? Well, it's short and sweet, but hopefully it hits the point and we move on. If you need anything, always reach out. My email is brutalirongym@gmail.com. I'm offering free 15-minute consultations right now. So if you want to tell me what you're struggling with, I can give you some new ideas. You can sign up for that via email or go to our website, www.brutalirongym.com. Go to the one-on-one services page and you can sign up for a link there to talk about what your struggles are, what we can do to overcome them, and how we get you to making the progress that you want. Okay, if you like the podcast, please share the podcast. If you like the podcast, please consider donating to support the podcast, which you can do on our website. Also, if you like the information we share in the podcast, you can find more from us on our social media channels. You can find us and follow us on Instagram and YouTube under the name Brutal Iron Gym. As always, I hope this was helpful, and thank you for listening.